Hey everybody, it is the Honey Badger here. Today we're going to be doing a bit of an upgrade or a fix, you could say, on our heated seat light. So specifically, this one does not light up anymore. Now when we turn the indicator on to turn the seat heater on, that light turns on up at the top, but it does not illuminate behind this. And when it's dark in here at night, the switch is kind of hard to find. At least it's just not easy to access. And if you have any of your other ones that are out, any of these that are not lighting up, we're going to show you how to fix those today. So let's turn on the light real fast. So as you can see, I got the overhead light on, but this is obviously lit up and illuminated. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get it taken out so we can get it replaced, the little bulb inside of it. So what you want to do is get a pry tool, pry down at the bottom. If you push a little bit hard, it should slide up just enough that you can get it to kind of pop out, and then the whole thing will pull up. Once you have it pulled up, there actually is a little bit of play in it, not a whole lot. This is about as far as you're gonna get pulled out. So then we just wanna get it disconnected from this clip. Let's look at the side of it though. So it's gonna unclip from this side. We can probably do it one-handed, yep. And then hopefully this doesn't fall back in there. So make sure that's pulled up so that doesn't fall back in. But now that we have the actual switch out, let's go take a peek at it on our workbench. Okay, so here is the switch that's actually in question. So this is what it looks like when you've taken it out of the vehicle. Obviously, pretty normal switch. You can go buy a whole replacement one of these online. They kind of vary from, I think I saw them from $30-ish, maybe a little bit cheaper in some places, maybe more expensive. But 30 bucks for just this switch to have a light's a little unfortunate. But I found the bulbs you need. I'll leave you a link in the description to these. They're pretty inexpensive and you can buy different colors if you really want. I went with green because that'll match what the lights are in them. So link in the description to these little wedge lights. They are absolutely tiny. This is like an 8-pack, or is it a 10-pack? Looks like an 8-pack. And this will be enough to replace multiple if you need to. So pretty inexpensive, cheaper than buying one switch. So you can do all the lights in all of these. So the only thing we need to do now is the light's actually right underneath this plastic cover. We're gonna pry off this tab and then that tab, and it'll just pop off. So let's do that real fast. Okay, with that cover pulled off, this is the light right here. So on the other side, it's just still normal. And then obviously this is the clear plastic where the light reflects through. For the switch, but this is the one that lights up the actual button. So we need to just take a flathead and unscrew that, and it should just pop out. All right, so we got the bulb taken out. I had to use two hands just to get my fingers on to pull it out, but once you get it unscrewed, it just pops out, and it's got the little green cover over it because, like I said, it lights up green. But the ones we bought are just replacement green LEDs. Here is a comparison between the two. So obviously a little bit different because this one's LED, but like I said, it's green. We'll see how well it matches the other ones. If it doesn't match super well, we got 7 more. We can replace the other buttons to make them match. So this is it. So let's go ahead and put it back in and just screw it down, and then we should be good to go. It does have like little spots on it to line it up. Once you get it in, just give it a little twist. Let's do this. Hold on, 2 hands. There we go. Once that's back to horizontal with it, this should be good to go. We should be able to just clip this back on. Let's go install this back into the vehicle and see what it looks like. All right, let's go ahead and put this thing back in. Let's get it plugged in. And let's get it pushed back down and installed. Let's turn on the lights and see how it looks. Oh, wow. That is definitely green. They were not lying. And I tell you what, it's quite a bit brighter. Now, is it so bright that it's too bright? That's a great question. I will be the judge of that. In the meantime, it clearly does not match these other buttons so well because it is a bit brighter. But this one would at least be easy to replace and match, so those two at least match. I'm sure that one's probably exactly the same, and that button is most likely exactly the same. Whether or not I want to mess with this one, that's a good question. Maybe we'll pull this out in a second and look. It could be easy, maybe it's not, but I'm going to be honest, at some point this will be going away. I know a lot of guys already have this removed if you've already done suspension stuff and you've removed your air ride. So that gets completely removed. So that one I'm really not that worried about. But maybe I'll just match these 3 so they all match that very bright green. Maybe I'll just set the camera up and maybe we'll just take them out real fast and we'll just find out. All right, those 2 match now, so at least my heated seats match, so that's good. Let's try to do these 2 now, just for kicks. See if we can pull those out. So we got the descent control removed, and same thing. It's just that same little light, so I think this should be easy. We'll just go ahead and do this one, then we'll do the locker one, and then we'll see how they all look together. Okay, all those 4 now match. They all look good together. I might peek at this one now. Let's just see if we can pull it out and see if we can get these to match just for now. It's simple, but this looks good now since these match. So let's pull this out and just see if we can do that one now and see if we just get them all taken care of. So we did pull out the button. The good news is that it is, in fact, the same style of bulb. There's actually 3 of them. So this one's at the bottom. That one's been taken out. It's in my hand. And there's one here in the middle. And there's one here under these cables in the top. So we'll obviously have to break the zip tie off to get these out of the way to get those little light bulbs out. But then there's 3 actually that do each section of this. So we'll get those replaced real quick. We'll see how it looks. Might be very bright. Find out. And we'll get it swapped back. So let's go ahead and do this one too. Put it all back in and see how it all looks together. All right, we got them all swapped over. Let's see how it looks all turned on. They all match. They're all much brighter, and they are all, in fact, green, instead of that kind of like light green. In fact, here's kind of that light green. Here, I'll try to block the shadow. There's the light green. Then up there is the kind of the brighter green. So a little bit different, but they're still in the same ballpark, and it's not going to bother me. One thing I will note is when you go to put some of these little bulbs in, if you don't have them in quite all the way, they won't light up. So give them a test before you slam them back into their spots. And if they do not light up, take the bulb out real quick and just rotate it 180 degrees. Try again. Sometimes it's a north-south thing on the bulbs. So I had a couple that did that, and I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? Flipped them around. Perfectly fine, fixed, and everything's good. But this was easy. Check out that link in the description. They got multiple colors. You can do blue, red, green, I think white. There might even be like purple. I don't know. So a lot of options though if you want to do these bulbs. So like I said, down below in the description, if you want to know how to do your dome lights and switch all of these and the rest of the bulbs in your vehicle, I have a video on that I'll link right now too. So check that out if you want to just swap everything over to bright, clean, white LEDs. But that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure you check out those links. Make sure you're subscribed. Please leave a like. It really does help the videos, and it gets to those people who are also looking for it a lot easier. And other than that, I'll see all of you in the next video.